Welcome to Jacobean House Histories. In our last episode, we heard how the conflict between Robert Sibthorpe and Thomas Bacon grew when the king introduced a tax called the ship money onto the whole country. We found out that doing his duty to try and collect the tax, George Plowright had become an enemy of Thomas Bacon. Thomas had even arranged to have poor George's horse requisitioned and then lamed. And so to the events that led George Plowright being pressed into the army. A crisis was developing in high politics. King Charles had persuaded the most senior clerics in the Scottish Church to write a new service book. When he attempted to introduce the book, he encountered huge opposition. The Scots saw it as an attempt to press Anglicanism on their Presbyterian church. This is a print from that time. It shows a Scottish churchman being assaulted by his congregation. It says with cricket bats, stools, sticks and stones. Clearly tensions were running very high. The Scots began to raise an army, a direct threat to the king's rule. There was no standing army in England at the time, so to raise 20,000 men, on the 15th of March 1639, the Privy Council sent orders to the Lords Lieutenant in every county in England. Able-bodied men were to report to Selby in Yorkshire by the 15th of April. William Cecil, the Lord Lieutenant of Northamptonshire, was ordered to provide 300 men. The wheels of the lieutenancy ground into motion. The county was divided into administrative areas called hundreds. Burton Latimer parish was in the Huxlow hundred. A deputy Lord Lieutenant had responsibility over each hundred. The constables in each parish were ordered to provide a specific number of able-bodied men to the army. In the Huxlow hundred, they had to report to Lowick on the 4th of April 1639.
The Deputy Lord Lieutenant responsible for the Huxlow hundred was Sir Rowland St John. He was the son of a Devonshire baron and had been MP for Tiverton in Devon and also for Higham Ferrers in Northamptonshire. And now, aged 51 and living at Woodford, he was a much respected member of the county gentry. However, in the eyes of Robert Sibthorpe, Sir Rowland was a Puritan, and so Sibthorpe was very suspicious of him. Now Sibthorpe had heard news of what he described as a popish plot to attack and set fire to Kettering. A report was circulating that on the first Sunday in April a group of Catholic sympathisers would storm Kettering and set fire to all of the houses whilst everyone was at church for the morning service. The people of Kettering took this so seriously that they armed themselves with swords and pikestaffs and sat in the church tower keeping watch to protect the town from any approaching strangers. But Sibthorpe considered all this to be a false rumour put out to increase support for the Puritan cause. He believed Sir Rowland was the man responsible for the rumour.
In our next episode, we'll find out what happened when village constable George Plowright was ordered by Sir Rowland to recruit 3 men for the King's Northern Army.